So it's that time of the year again where we're looking back of the last year 2018 and see what movies stood out from the crap. So here are my top 10 movies of 2018. On number 10 I have Mission Impossible Fallout. It's already the sixth of this franchise and still going strong. The reason here is again Tom Cruise is crazy as Ethan Hunt, and all the stunts he does his own, and all the action scenes and the bigger picture we always see, and the scale getting bigger. And props I have to say to the movie. We already are in the sixth movie of this franchise, and it's still getting better as the other parts. And the cool thing also is that this movie works as a standalone movie. You have not really are necessary to see the other five movies. Maybe the three because it's a little connected with three, I guess, or four, where you see the same enemy, Solomon Kane. But anyways, and if you haven't seen those movies as a standalone movie, it works and it's great. On number 9, I have The Night Comes For Us, an Indonesian movie. If you hear Indonesia, you already think, yeah, it's melee action, and in the movie also starring Iko Uwais, and Iko Uwais is the man when it comes to fist fight. And we already know him as in the Raid. We see him in the Raid. We experience how he fights in the Raid 1, 2, and Headshot, and well, what to say other things. The action, the combination, the choreography is stunningly amazing, stunningly brutal. There are some scenes, there are gut-wrenching scenes. You see people bleeding out, bones, guts, headshots, jaw breaks, head breaks, elbow breaks. This is a gore fest for every gore anticipated people just like me. And yeah, and it has this crazy choreography, stunts, where you see them fight, the hit happens, or you hear the hit, the disgusting effect that it has, and you still, hold your guts, but still, give me more of this. I cannot watch it, I'm disgusted by it, but I still want more. Give me more. On number 8, I have Annihilation, and what I love about Annihilation, this movie is so science fiction as shit. It reminds me of these old Star Trek shows, or old Star Trek show where Captain Kirk and his crew go to an unknown planet or uncharted land, and they have to discover what the planet has to offer and to see if it's possible so people can live there. So this reminds me a lot of Annihilation, and of course Stalker from Tarkovsky. It has very, very similar scenes, and the scene alone with the monster bear, this kind of interrogation scene, just like in The Thing. This is one of the scenes of 2018 that stuck really in my head. Beautiful looking movie, Natalie Portman, awesome. I like that these are all ladies, not those Green Beret soldiers, man. And if you've seen the trailer, you think, oh, that's an action movie, but no, really, it isn't another action movie. It's a suspenseful movie. It's a good-looking movie. The CGI effects are beautiful. The soundtrack is great. On number 7, okay, it's kind of impossible to not have this movie in your list. Infinity War. Infinity War was such a big event in 2018. Comic book movie where weren't all expected to see that in the end. It was one, or I guess the only Marvel movie where I was so anticipated. I counting down the days to see this movie, and when the opening screen came, I was just nailed in my seat, and I couldn't keep my eye out. The action is amazing. The Russo brothers really done it to give all the characters enough runtime so it doesn't really feel like this character is out of place. But this movie, the only thing that really can you say is that suffered this movie is it is a sequel. So you have to know the other movies. Josh Brolin as Thanos, unbelievable good. Great movie, great ending. Number 6, I have Searching. And Searching is one of those unique thrillers that really does not come all day. This is one of a thriller where you see everything from the screen of your computer, of your cell phone, or whatever device has a screen. It was amazing because I saw the movie also on a computer, and I had this feeling that I am the father. My eyes was the eyes of John Cho. And the cool thing is, if you discover something on the screen and the character didn't still find that, you have find it, and then later in the movie, when he goes to that order or to that log or to that file, you just like him, you say yes, that was the file, that was click it and very entertaining movie. It really surprised me. I saw the trailer and I was really not, I don't know, I was not catched by the trailer, but after I saw the movie, I have to say, pretty much awesome movie. On number 5, I have Outlaw King. Outlaw King is for me already the best Netflix movie I saw 2018. I know maybe some will criticize or say, oh, there's a plot holes, or Chris Pine isn't really good as a Scottish, or doesn't talk Scottish enough. But I have to say, I was really entertained by the movie. I was very hooked. I had this feeling as I really see a Braveheart sequel. It had catch me. I was already soaked in that world again. And the movie plays after Chris Pine or Robert the Bruce finds out that William Wallace was killed from the English, the bloody English. There was one scene where the Scottish Chris Pine and his wives are in a little camp in the woods, and someone in the background, or there was a little band that played music, and one of this band has a flute, and I don't know if was the theme of Braveheart from James Horner in a kind of different way, or my mind plays tricks on me and I wished there was the Braveheart theme, but it sounded like it. So if it's true, this will be a cool hint. So you listen the Braveheart theme in that kind of different way, but still with the same instruments, the same kind of music. And I hope it's true. I hope it's true, because this will be such a goosebump moment. Battle of Bastards from Game of Thrones. You see how this battle is now inspiring war movies or horse or night movies, because there's a battle in Outlaw King that reminds me a lot of Battle of the Bastards. Chris Pine, I really liked him. All the actors are amazing. I love watching movies in medieval times, Scottish against all bloody English, and oh, it was amazing. And it was the only movie that touched me so emotional in the year 2018. No other movie I cried so much just like in Outlaw King. I don't know if it was emotional tears or it was nostalgia tears for Braveheart. I don't know, but I cried like a river. Number 4, I have You Were Never Really Here with Joaquin Phoenix. And Joaquin Phoenix, seriously, Joaquin Phoenix just might become the best actor right now who works. He is stunningly great in this movie. Joaquin Phoenix plays this traumatized hired gun who now is trafficking girls, and the people who just kidnap the girls, it doesn't show them any mercy. This movie, the brutality of this movie is it's beautiful. Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can say it, but I say it. I love to watch the violence in this movie. The other thing that blows my mind from this movie is it is directed by a woman, Line Ramsey, and I always love when movies are directed from women, that kind of movies, because you have the emotional and this breaking and this fragile thing that has a woman, but also with the violence and the rawness of a man. And And when this combination comes, the emotional feelings and the violence of a caveman, and it's directed by a lady, these two things just come together, makes a brilliant movie. I know the other three movies maybe are better per se in my list, but You Were Never Really Here is for me already the hidden gem of 2018. On number three, I have Bohemian Rhapsody. In Bohemian Rhapsody is such a beautiful looking movie. Rami Malek gives the second best performance of the year 2018. This movie is just a celebration of the life of Freddie Mercury. You see how he meets Brian May and Roger Dawkins, how he came big with the band, then the struggles he had with the band and his solo career and his discovery of his sexual life, and then the big event, the Live Aid concert, what is considered one of the best concerts ever. And I can say yes, because when you watch this movie, you see the Live Aid event, you have all of your body has goosebumps. You just feel like you are in Wembley Stadium watching the greatest band that ever lived, watching the greatest frontman that has ever lived after Run James Dio. Number two, I have Hereditary. Hereditary is by far the best horror movie I have seen in the past 5 years after The Babadook. And Toni Collette gives here the best performance of 2018, and I hope she is nominated or grab that Oscar ass, because she really would deserve this. The performance she plays in this movie is unbelievable, jaw-breaking, and of course the other supporting actors, just like the two kids or Gabriel Byrne, all are amazing. The cool thing about Gabriel Byrne is just like the you and me character, the starts to doesn't believe what his wife says. He's this kind of the non-believer. Great thing about Hereditary is it's a horror movie that doesn't work on jump scares. It doesn't belong to that. The sound is bombastically amazing. This is one of those movies when you have a surround sound in your home, you have to watch it. Or in the cinema, of course. And one of those movies where you have really a look every corner of the screen. And it's from the director, this is a first time director, Ari Aster. I hope you continue making more movies. Now, my number one of 2018, it was Hereditary. But then I saw this movie and immediately it takes the spot. Mandy by Panos Cosmatos, and Panos Cosmatos is the son of George P. Cosmatos, who we know he directed awesome movies just like Cobra, Rambo 2 and Tombstone. And Panos now can easily say, Dad, I have also made an awesome movie with an awesome Nicolas Cage. We all love Nicolas Cage. We already know what we will expecting in a movie when we see Nicolas Cage placing in. And of course, yes, again, in this movie also his rage moment. There's one rage moment, Nicolas Cage is just, the camera is stuck by Nicolas Cage and you see him 5 minutes how he going apeshit. Nicolas Cage and his wife lives happily in the 80s somewhere in the forests, but there are some fanatics, religion fanatics, white people, of course, the whites, who else? And the leader of the fanatics see the girl or see the wife from Nicolas Cage, and he wants her. He wants her to be one of his cult. But when then the lady doesn't accept his offer and doesn't want to be involved in his cult, and he laughs him in the face, he just said, okay, lady, bitch, you don't want to be my cult, then you die. And he kills her in front of Nicolas Cage, and this is a moment where Nicolas Cage just exploding, and his inner cage explodes, and he goes to the wildest, bloodiest drug infested revenge tale you have ever seen. Oh, the way this movie is shot and filmed is also crazy. It's just like a illusion you have, or it's just like a bad nightmare, or everywhere these light effects, this big thick lights. You remember in Max Payne 1 where he dreams when you get drugged by the enemies? Just like that you can imagine Mandy. And because it also plays in the 80s, I love also the soundtrack. And I'm a sucker for 80s. Whenever the movie plays in the 80s or something relatable to the 80s or the soundtrack, I am immediately hooked. And the soundtrack is also amazing. And I liked how the movie is built. It's like a TV show, so he has separate episodes, and you always see in the title screen, and reminds me a little bit of Stranger Things feeling. And then when it comes to this gigantic rampage from Nicolas Cage, then the screen turns into Mandy, and the Mandy become this tree like writing when you always see in the doom or black metal bands. This was also cool. So yeah, this is my number one, Mandy. I know maybe it's not the smartest movie or the most stunning movie, just like Hereditary. I know Hereditary is better than Mandy, I say it, but for me, I had in Mandy the most fun, and I get out with a satisfied feeling because I know he killed them all. And isn't that great when you see religion fanatics to be killed and chopped off by gigantic axes, and the axe is built in a montage and you listen to synthesizer music? Again, this weapon montage scenes, brilliant. So yeah, this was my top 10 list. This was my top 10 movies of 2018. And let's see what 2019 has to offer. But the video comes when I say talk about my most anticipated or most looking forward movies from this year. Now we are in 2019. I hope it's a good year. 2018 was also, yeah, it was a great year. It had some cool movies. And here are the results. These 10 movies stood out for me. So yeah, thank you for watching. So long and good night.